If you have dollars, change them to Naira. Go and check what South Africans are doing. Ojo Kalu. I don't understand. Senator Ojo Kalu represents Abia North in the Senate, strongly rejected forecast that President Bola Tinubu might lose the 2027 presidential election. On Wednesday, December 17, 2025, Kalu responded to claims from Senator Naira of Abia South, arguing that the opposition lacks the necessary structural support and strategic energy to defeat the incumbent president in the upcoming election. Kalu's comments were a rebuttal to Abaribe's assertion made on Channels Television's Politics Today, where the Abia South senator suggested that Tinubu would face rejection in 2027 due to prevailing economic difficulties and ongoing disputes over the 2023 election results. Labeling Abaribe's view as disconnected from political realities, Kalu pointed to his extensive political experience over 3 decades as evidence that the election outcome would differ. He said that the 2027 election would essentially be Tinubu versus Tinubu. Can you imagine what he's saying? Meaning that the president's main challenge would stem from his performance rather than external opposition. Reflecting on their time together in the night Senate, Kalu noted their shared observations of the systemic failures of the current economic struggles are part of a critical transition towards a sustainable economy. Kalu expressed that President Tinubu is working to end a long-standing pattern of relying on free handouts and cheap money to create a resilient economic framework, a task he believes has not been tackled by any proud leader with such dedication. The senator also addressed the significant issue of corruption, aligning himself with recent comments made by Aliko Dangote, chairman of the Dangote Group. Kalu characterized corruption as a pervasive issue found in both public and private sectors. He called for the federal government and anti-corruption bodies to take decisive measures, specifically noting the need for investigation into allegations against Ahmed Farouk, the managing director of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authorities, NMDPRA, regarding serious financial misconduct related to millions of dollars spent on foreign education. Additionally, Kalu associated Nigeria's security issues with the fragile microeconomy, explaining that insecurity has hindered agricultural productivity, thus creating a detrimental cycle for the nation's survival. Despite his own past legal challenges, Kalu reiterated his respect for the Nigerian judiciary, viewing it as among the best globally, and asserted the importance of upholding judicial authority. For economic stability, Kalu advised the president to mitigate the excessive reliance on foreign currency in Nigeria. He suggested that the nation should emulate countries like South Africa and Brazil by prioritizing their local currency over the US dollar to safeguard the domestic economy. He said, if you have dollars, change them to Naira. Go and check what South Africans are doing. What are South Africans doing? They hear this, man. I beg. I want you to say, have you changed your momo? Emmanuel Asade says, though I never for one day trust you, Ojo Kalu, when I was in Umaya, you are not Beru, who wasted 8 years of Abians as their governor. If Nigeria is a sane society, you should have been rotting in jail for life. The atrocities you committed in Abia with your mother must surely locate you at a time every protection must have eluded you. Presently, you, Umahi, and Joe Edokwe are the most useless politicians in Igbo land. I concur. I actually agree with you. O.M. Bonnet says, rubbish. Hypocrites are disgusting, very disgusting. At almost success, first convert all your hard currency accounts to Naira accounts. James Uche says, hands go soon touch this ex-convict. Those who make peaceful changes difficult are inadvertently making forceful change possible because people has useless legislature and judiciary. Also cornered INEC by appointing your own referee. You think the rest are fools, Abi? John go soon mature. Idiots, keep taking the place and glory of God. You guys might not make it to that 2027, and it's possible. As Godwin Abana says, Chief Ojo Kalu, when you APC scallywags rush to defend this present government, I wonder whether you and Umahi is living in this country. I thought you had tangible evidence to convince Nigerians why Tinubu should remain in power come 2027. But what we hear is that corruption is in every sector and insecurity is a national concern. Tell me, is it not why PBAT hijacked power? Nigeria expects him to solve these problems and not add to the ones we already have. If he cannot solve it, quit. Christian says, foolish man. Shegun Aremu says, there is a difference between a wise man and a foolish man. When a wise man talks, a foolish man will come and counter it with follies. Is Kalu not part of the former government that he is condemning? Let me ask him more. 75% of Nigerian politicians need brain check, honestly. Some of them will just be blabbing as if they are talking to fools like them. Woodsy Yang says, empty brain. This man is looking for Senate president position, but Tinubu wife will never allow him. Try again. Your explanation is too wayward. Kenneth Alaba says, this frustrated idiot will not rest. He really will not rest because I don't know what he's looking for. Ugoji Ono says, Kalu should continue talking. They are preparing to rig again. If not, Nigerians are already tired of Tinubu. I cannot wait to vote him out. Ekenem says, yeah man, keep fighting your brother because of an Ofe Manu man and Ofe Manu people will not get any regard for you and your tribe. Atimoti says, in fact, words have lost the elasticity of adjectives to qualify the criminalities of these ex-convicts. Nigerians are hearing you hailing the APC because your sins are forgotten and forgiven. According to Adams Oshomole Nalai, your 7 years jail term is still waiting for you. See him saying Nigerian judiciary is the best globally. Shameless criminal, one of the godfathers of corruption, hoping to rig elections for Tinubu again, when people are presently suffering and dying from hunger and insecurity. Chike Ozumba says money misroad, also a common, also anywhere belle face. Chimasom says, Mumu, have you changed your own? At Ojuzo, God will punish you. Victoria Ekama says, outside rigging and election malpractices, APC can never be in power in any state whatsoever. Talk less of presidency, I'm telling you, if not because they rig election. Kalu Sylvester says, under normal electoral system and condition, APC will not come back. APC has destroyed Nigeria totally. Anthony says, I do Senator talk about 2027 presidential election when what matters now is how Nigeria can survive the present hardship and the insecurity plaguing the country. Kevin Chuma says, when you say Tinubu will lose in 2027, try to complete the statement. Tinubu will lose again in 2027. He may take power, but he will not win. Winning is one thing. Taking power is another. Charles Ugo says, praise singers everywhere. Your submission lacks fat. Just speaking as to impress the president for your selfish interest or before uncle. As Ifeya Kagichi says, most times I reason how this Efulefu's disgraceful end by the zoo will look like. Ngigi own just started. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.